Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're about to start up semifinals for Long Island Splat 3. And I don't know if you guys have seen these cookies yet that Acid Sunshine made, but they look absolutely terrified to be eaten. And I'm just going to leave this here.
Did you watch her stream when she was making them?
No, I didn't.
Yes, yo, she does some really, really interesting streams. Like, actually, like she was making them on.
Is that kind of like how Spoon used to like stream him cooking, and then he would like drop something on the floor and pick it back up, and we'd be like, "Yo, you didn't? Did you just really do that?" And he'd be like, "No, I didn't."
Spoon used to.
Yeah, he used to do
What?
like cooking streams with his wife, or his like fiance, or whatever they were at the time. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Melissa's is probably better.
No, I'm definitely Melissa's.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah, that's why we always tell Spoon to wash his hands. Because he like picks something off the floor and then wash his hands. We're like, wash your hands, like we just cleaned it. It's like not good enough.
So how's the day been going, man?
Pretty good. Yeah, we came out of pools at the first seed, so we get the bye right now, and then we're gonna fight the winner of this. Well, we went 3-1 versus both of them, and we had a bunch of games that were like still kind of close. So there's definitely, but both these guys, I don't really actually know who's gonna win between both of these teams, and between both of them, they both have a pretty solid shot at being able to, do something to us in grand. So
I mean, this has a potential. This right here has a potential to go in Game 5.
I think so. I think it does.
Pickups.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we're all pickups here today, but
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, but yeah, no, Quantum was doing really good. Zero's going off today.
Isn't that what he always does?
Yeah, he does, but. Yeah, he's definitely doing it. They were doing a lot better when they were playing like aggressive comps and stuff. Because like what ended up happening was like we were kind of because they took the first game off of us, but this was off stream.
Yeah,
they took the first game off us on Inkblot by just being like hyper aggressive, and then we started like adjusting against it, and it was still like difficult, but we were getting the wins. And then I think that they tried to like switch up their comp to deal with like the way we were playing and then it got easier. Like they should have just stuck what they were doing. I think that they could have swung it back.
More or less just like identifying where Zero was.
Yeah, kind of stuff like that. Yeah, we were just getting more paint control and kind of stuff like that.
Trying to suffocate him.
Yeah, and I hear Scrim the end that honestly, like, Sword should just go Octobrush more. Like afterwards, like, man, my Octobrush sucks. It's like, nah, dude, you were the problem. Like that's the reason that we lost that one game. It's because every single time we try to do something, Octobrush is just mashing the trigger and ruins everything. Like it's terrible. But this looks like a pretty fun map list we got going on here. So we're gonna start out with Clan Blitz just to make sure that that everybody's nice and flustered for the next two modes after that. We got Splat Zones coming after that and Rainmaker after that. And I don't know, these all seem like they're going to be pretty good maps.
Standard, yeah. I mean, DJ just loves putting Clan Blitz first. Like, it's one of his favorite things to do. I don't know why. He wants to prove that it's one of the better modes. So.
You think so?
Yeah, that's his mission.
Yeah, well, you were talking about it yesterday. You said you like it better now.
Yeah, no, I definitely. Me and DJ were talking about I definitely like Clan Blitz a lot better now. It's a little better than Rainmaker a little bit sometimes. But my experience is from solo.
Yeah, I think
also the truth.
You're not the first person to tell me that like overall I think like the worst mode is Rainmaker. DJ's making faces there. But I still think I still really like tower control. Like I understand like
I love tower control. That's actually the funny thing. It's kind of sad that Stingray did what it does to it.
Yeah.
But solo queue
it's not as bad anymore now anyway because
it's not as bad.
You can like counter Stingray. The Stingray's not as strong anymore.
It's a lot.
It's a lot easier.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
You're lying. It's exactly the same.
I guess just the way because we always have this.
That's a placebo. I'm telling you, it's not real.
Really? I don't know
because it's not real.
Because we always have the counter ray ready, and it's like they try to Stingray, they can't be in their base. He has to actually stop and stand like a tower, or you get him kind of thing. But I don't know. Tower control has always been my favorite game mode in Splatoon anyway. Though, like
same.
It's like because Splat Zones has this thing where it's like you get control of mid, and then it just kind of snowballs into like your victory kind of thing.
Yes.
And you don't really have to risk yourself to play objective. Rainmaker's kind of like the opposite, where it's a little bit too easy to kind of like snowball.
Yes.
Like you do have to risk yourself to play the objective, but then the objective can score really fast. Tower control is like kind of like just right in the middle, where you do actually have to risk yourself and push forward, and you can't just snowball to play objective, but it doesn't like move towards their base too fast. And I really like the checkpoint system now too, because if you with the checkpoint system, pushes that you have a permanent effect on the rest of the game, which is something that Splatoon doesn't have in a lot of the modes. So I just think it's really good. Ooh, Clash and Octobrush. Oh gosh, that's obnoxious. So yeah, basically, if they're not on, if Hakai isn't on top of their game, they're just gonna keep getting like killed by like these crazy splash dance weapons.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Brush is always good in Clan Blitz, so I guess everybody just loves to go that direction now. So see what happens.
Yeah. Well, he was going Brush in other modes too. I think it's just one of his weapons to pick. All right, but now we see the start of the game right now. One member from Hakai down, armor going off from the side of at here Scrim, so they're going to be able to take some map control here at the center. We have the Clash Blaster in the middle, going to take out Future. Gon's over here stuck to the kind of stuck against this other blaster. He does have a teammate to support him. I'm not even sure where Zero is. I think that Zero going off is going to make a big difference to like how this match goes down. So the fact that Zero died first is a little bit surprising.
Well, look, what it looks like happened was basically I hear Scrim got pushed to like the corners of the map, so they weren't able to actually like get like at least like some type of mid control.
Yeah.
And now, wow, I hear Scrim actually got a score off of that. I don't even know how.
Well, I was gonna say they're probably gonna end up going down in numbers by that. It wasn't the biggest push. I mean, especially at the beginning of the game when there's all the clams are at the map at the same time. It's pretty easy to get a football going. The first football does make a big difference though. Having that point advantage to be able to like beat ties is really nice in Clam Blitz. Like after the beginning of the game, I don't think that it's good to like sacrifice yourself to just throw one clam in. Basically, the goal, the object of the game is to control the whole map, get as many clams as possible, and then you push when you have multiple clams.
Yes.
But at the beginning of the game, it actually is a good idea to just do that.
Looks like they're making the push right now, actually.
Oh no,
wow.
2 misses.
That's how Clam Blitz goes. I mean, we'll see what happens. Looks like they're about to recover it, and
they're going to get that in.
Score.
There we go. There's lead. The Clash Blast. Clash Blast actually gets taken out by an L3, which a little bit surprising. With like the hardest weapon to use in the game, and the easiest weapon to use in the game.
Well, a lot of those people like to prove how much they can actually use that weapon. So I mean, I think it was Little Gones using it.
I think so. No. He's on the other team. I'm actually not sure who's using it. They weren't using it versus us, but right now there's Sword with that Octobrush, man. You see, it's like if you ever position yourself, if a brush ever positions himself right against you, you just die, and it's really hard to get the kill on him. And you see Sword, he's doing this. That's what he's been doing all these sets. He just kind of sharks. He waits for someone to make a bad move and gets a kill. Although we see over here, while that was happening, Zero defends under the clam push, and that actually would have needed one more clam to go in to aside from the football to actually lead because of the way ties work. But still, that would have been really nice of them to be able to push that in. And there goes another clam from Hakai instead. And right now, they do have a member down. I think they're going to get taken up by Sword over here, sharking. Yeah, and this is probably going to be the end of this push. They might get this power clam in. No.
So it looks like all that Out Here Scrim needs to do now is actually try to like get some paint control, pick up some clams, actually get mid instead of trying to push out to the sides.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. You really do have to control the middle of the map, and that's how you get clams. Like also the way clam spawns work is the clams spawn faster depending on if there are less clams on the map. A power clam counts as one, so as you collect clams and make power clams, then clams spawn faster to make up for that. And when you have mid control, it just all happens naturally.
So yeah, well, the biggest problem now is, as I said, they're trying to like push over into one direction on the sides instead of actually.
Zero goes down. Inkjet, the Inkjet was actually carrying the power clam, so he does get taken out. Unfortunate situation there. You know, if you use the Inkjet, you're not able to throw your power clam. And this is going to be the end of this push for here Scrim. Future right now is just kind of making sure that no kind of cheap plays happen here. With a minute and 30 seconds left in the game, if Hakai ends up getting these kills, it's going to be really nice for them because that's going to give even less time for here Scrim to make some kind of last minute push.
So right now it looks like Hakai is looking to push back into mid, trying to get some more clams, so they push over to the left. Looks like Zero has a power clam on the side, and looks like they're actually about to make another attempt to score.
And if this goes in, that's going to be really good for Hakai, but it seems like it's actually stopped, and this actually could end up swinging in favor of here Scrim. This is pretty much what they need. They need to get a bunch of kills here at the end. And if this Inkjet gets this kill here, yes, he gets the assist. Now the power clam's running away. 10 clams in the hands of here Scrim. So if they're able to kind of like make this coordinated and make sure that they get these clams together, all they need is a football. Oh no, they need a football and then I think 4 more clams after that.
Yes, which is looking like it's possible with Flailfish over here having 8.
Ooh.
And this is looking kind of dangerous at the moment.
All right, there's the clam. Moving
there it
up,
is, 3 down.
All right, and they're going to need to put in some clams after this. Wait, oh! Someone on the other side of the map.
Snuck in, it was Future.
Wow, that was huge. That was basically the game right there. And
wow. That's a great save.
Wow, I can't believe that happened. I looked at the map and I looked at the top of the screen. I was like, wait a sec.
How?
Goodness, but that might have been. Oh no, this is really good. All right, so this is definitely Haikai's game. I was gonna say that might have gotten them killed doing that kind of thing, but oh wait, here Scrim puts the power clams in. They're putting more clams in. Sword up top, throwing clams. They're out of clams at the basket. They need to collect more right now. Some more clams fall to the ground. Sword should be able to pick them up. He is an Inkjet though. They have to put in these clams now. Little Gon's here. If he dies, he could drop clams for the opponent. But
here we go. Here we go. One more.
Yeah!
Oh my goodness!
Wow! I can't believe that the comeback happened.
Wow.
That was such that game.
I don't understand how.
Right?
Oh, okay.
That was just
first Future coming in, throwing in the football out of by himself. That was a solo push.
I thought that was it.
I really thought that was it.
I thought that was it too, and because after that point, it's like, well, I guess that what ended up happening was that football stopped at here scrim from pushing, but it didn't actually give them enough points to make the push harder for them. So they still ended up doing the same thing afterwards, which was just throwing the football and get a few clams in afterwards. It was just really sketchy because after Future stopped that comeback, more people from at here scrim died. And then all that had to happen was Hakai just had to, like, all right, we're just going to control mid like it's splat zones and win the game. But someone snuck through. Like it just like seems like the person with the football wasn't supposed to get there, but they got there anyway.
Yes. Well, I mean, sometimes it's actually dangerous with what Future did. If you're looking back, obviously it's hindsight, because what Future gave them opportunities to give another pity clam and then also, well, football, and then also collect more clams. So it did lead them into a situation with having more on the field. So that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and then the other thing about that is that, like, if you just go to suicide in a football like that, what can happen is your team just goes down in numbers.
Yes.
What threw me off was the fact that at here scrim was the one that ended up going up in numbers after that.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I hear scrim went down in numbers after that. You know, Future died, and then Hakai got a bunch of kills. But I think what you said ended up being what made it. They got that free pity clam, and that was, even though they killed a bunch of people in mid, another push has happened right afterwards anyway with the pity clam. So we'll see how the next game goes, because that game was basically a lot of back and forth, and no team really able to get
as I said,
that
this
much
is looking like a very close.
I mean,
so they have a chance.
You would talk about real close. You see that game one that we just had right there.
So we're in for some like very interesting matches. So we'll see what actually Hakai tries to do to actually maybe adjust to this and maybe not make the same mistakes.
Yeah, so I think that basically what that came down to was a situation where they just didn't really act as a group at a clutch time, and I think that if they're a little bit more aware of that kind of map control and teamwork, they should be good. Now, the map that we lost to them was Inkblot Art Academy, and they played a very aggressive comp here. Let's see what they end up going. So, all right, so there's the blaster. Okay, so this is not the same kind of comp that they beat us with. They basically were like, it was like quad shooter, 3 shooters in the blaster aggressive. No, Future here going heavy splatling instead, so we'll see if that makes much of a difference right now. Of course, you know, Clownbits, you do need to kind of have those kind of specials up on the enemy plat, so I get the heavy splatling makes sense there.
Well, it looks like Hakai is trying to go a little bit more aggressive with the 2 Inkjets and trying to have the armor, but Zero goes down on the left, and looking like we have a push starting up on with Flailfish and Sword with that here scrim. Armor goes up.
And they're just kind of painting mid right now. Nice lot of map control. Now, Future right over here with these clams over here to the right. If he ends up going down, this will be a little bit bad for Hakai, because that Bubble Blower is basically their push. If they don't have Bubble Blower, they really can't push unless some crazy, kind of like messy flank ends up going down. Aside from that, like whenever Future is down, Hakai really can't move. So it's really important for him to stay alive right now. As we see Zero pushing up, if they don't have enough to make a clam, I don't think.
No, they don't, but they have the mid control up, so we'll see what happens in the next couple seconds. Looks like they might actually be able to make a football.
If someone just passes clams to Zero, he'll be able to do it. Not right now. He's going to choose to use his Inkjet instead. Gets pushed back once again by that brush, just sharking in the spot, waiting for someone to make a wrong kind of move. Now, Zero's Inkjet does end here. I think that he'll be fine. Actually, almost gets taken up by a bomb when he lands, but he doesn't. And now it's a 4v4 situation. Armor on the ends of out here scrim. Trade goes down. That's really bad. Zero had 8 clams right there, so he's going to lose 4 of them. As Future is able to make a clam, another power clam is in the center of the map. So if Future can get another special, we could see the beginning of a really strong push.
So we're looking at what we're looking at right now is we have 2 power clams at the ready. As you said, if Future gets the bubbles going as he is right now, we might be looking
bubbles,
at
but
the
Octo Brush and more bubbles going to put a stop to that full wipe. Wow, dude, I'm telling you, man, the Octo Brush is the most heartbreaking weapon to ever have to fight. Because every single time something good has happened, the brush is just there, mashing the trigger.
You might have gave Sword the wrong device, man. You might be looking at a game changer.
Yeah, going brush more often is definitely going to be good for him. He picks up, at least in this setting right now, the way these teams are playing, but Sword picks up 9 clams right now. He's really close to power clams, so he wants to stay alive. Pretty easy to do with the Octo Brush, but he gets chased down. It ends up being trade, so that's unfortunately gonna lose some clams from him. But as we see, there was that full wipe that just happened, but no actual push, and it looks... Oh, I thought I heard the sound of the clam going in the basket. But yet, no points have been scored.
No, none at all. I mean, it's kind of hard to... There's only 2 places that they can go, and... Well, actually, no, wait.
Okay. Oh, wait, again?
From where?
Did Future did it again? No, Zero. It looks like Zero did it. So, once again, the push... gets stopped by a member of Hakai, just like kind of just hiding in the enemy base and putting a clam in. They got to be doing the thing where they collect 9 clams and they juggle the 10th one.
So looking at that, a lot of these teams looking to have a problem with actually pushing in. The problem with this map again is either you push in on the side or on the right with bubbles, and it doesn't seem like anybody's actually making a conscious attempt to actually get that done. So we'll see what happens.
Pico unfortunately gets taken out right over here on the right as Zero with the 10-tech splatter shot gets one of the kills we expect them to get in the set. Now at here Scrim is starting to push up. They do have this power clam, but it looks like all right, it looks like he's been spotted. Zero does take out one of the people who notice him there. People are jumping in. We break their barrier. Zero right here is going to have to do something about these bubbles. He ends up staying alive there, just kind of running away, not getting himself killed. He could have gone for the cheeky thing where you pop a bomb inside the enemy bubble. It doesn't happen though, and now Hakai is putting lots of points on the board.
So as we see here now, looking like I hear Scrim's going to have to at least try to clean up, try to get some of these clams, try to push back into mid, make an attempt. They do have 2 footballs at the ready. We'll see what they can try to do with Sword trying to go up onto their.
They don't have a penalty, so any clams that they put in the basket at this point are going to be raw score.
This is going to be dangerous.
Yeah, and if they can collect one more power clam and make that into a push, they'll instantly take the lead because, you know, Hakai, they basically have 2 mid-sized pushes.
Yes.
Which still means that 3 power clams will gain the lead, so it's really up to at here Scrim to either make multiple pushes in the last minute or make one big one.
Well, they need to make one big one. They do have the bubbles at the ready. It's the problem of actually trying to use them. Problem is Zero also is pressuring them up front, so they haven't had a lot of opportunities to actually move in and try to use the bubbles at their basket.
Yeah, they do have their bubble blower right now. Future is over here in a defensive position to try to stop anyone from moving across the center of the map, but right now both teams are starting to have power clams, so a push could happen from either side. Now this is a situation where if Hakai goes for a single power clam push and it gets kind of stuffed, that will give a free pity clam.
And that's what's going to happen
here
right
Scrim,
now.
so let's see how it ends up going down, though. Zero does get one of the kills, and oh my gosh, everyone...
Wipe!
Oh my gosh, this could be it. That's exactly what we talked about. Now, if Filet-O-Fish picks up this power clam, all right, good. Whoever responds picked up another one. Now at here Scrim is in the position that they needed to be in to just win this game immediately. They might even get 4 power clams here.
Looks like they'll allow 1 power clam to go so it just disappear for some
reason. Well, they don't need it, but let's see if that ends up coming back to bite them if one person isn't able to put the clams in. But they're getting killed right now. Filet-O-Fish taken out. No, unfortunately, that didn't happen fast enough. I think what...
Zero did 0 things.
Unless something crazy happened. Yeah, Zero did zero things
just there. I mean, that was the story of this whole game right now.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop him from getting in.
Honestly, what I think at here Scrim did wrong there in that situation is everything went right for them up until the end. So they stuffed the push. They had the extra power clam. Now, once they realized that push was dead, the other 2 people should have just gone for the enemy basket. By the time they got there, they would be able to throw the power clams in. The person who just respawned would have been able to jump in 2. Instant gain of lead. Game would have ended after that. They were just a little bit. You could see that like they started moving. It's like, oh wait, our basket isn't. Just only one person needs to stay behind to do that. You just wipe them, so you can definitely get map control. It was just a little bit of hesitation.
Specials leads to being able to hold their basket, and they just didn't make a conscious push, as you just said.
Yeah, so. Unfortunate for them, but now that it's going to be 1-1, so we're going to be going straight to Piranha Pit. And even though the score is 0-56 on that one, that was definitely a close game.
They had a chance.
They definitely had a chance. At here Scrim could have just counterpunch right there and won. Even though like and also again they were in situations where they were pushing and then like Future or like Zero, someone would throw the power clam in and stop the point. So we had a little bit of that happen as well. So a lot closer than the score suggests. So this Piranha Pit game, nice graphic by the way. This Piranha Pit game is probably going to be pretty good. Now, there was one thing that I was thinking about is that at Hakai, like I said, they've been more successful when they've been playing aggressive comps.
Yes.
Pit, even though it's Clan Blitz, it's still not really the best map for aggressive comps.
Okay.
And I think that might put an advantage to that at here Scrim DM, but at the same time, they've been doing a lot of work with like Clash Blaster and like Octobrush and stuff.
Yes.
So I don't really know because like both teams, they need to give up what they're good at to win at this map.
Yes.
And I don't think that going a close range comp anyway is going to be that much of a benefit. So I think it really comes down to like who has players that can play some good long range weapons, and you know who stays around with close range weapons afterwards can like fight well against the enemy long-range weapon. So it's a little bit weird. It's kind of hard to tell because we're in a situation where we're going to have to see these teams play in a way that we haven't seen them play yet.
The first map was which one again?
The first one was Snapper.
Snapper? I think this might go in favor of Here Scrim.
You think so?
I think so.
Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, we know that Future can play the heavy splatling, and they just won with Future on the heavy splatling. So there's at least that. I just don't know how much the heavy splatling actually had made a difference.
Only reason I feel like that there's nowhere for Zero to actually just sneak around.
Future's going rapid here. All right, so aggressive comp on the side of Hakai right now. They have the rapid and 3 close range shooters. On the side of Here Scrim, we have actually a bit of a closer range. But yeah, they did drop the brush. They have the junior, they have splatter shot, a blaster, and a pro. So both of these are kind of like aggressive comps with a mid-range weapon. So this is definitely going to be a situation where this map is just going to have a lot of wide open areas that aren't being utilized at given times. It can lead to a lot of specials being gained. It can lead to one team being able to kind of just move across the map. It really depends on how the teams that are in control get into really abusive positions to try to like spawn kill and stuff like that. I think that the big push that we're going to see is going to be a situation where one team is just spawn killing really well.
Yes. And right now we're in a situation where it's just a lot of. It doesn't seem like anybody can get mid at this point in time. So trying to fight it out. And
right there,
goes down.
Kill. Yeah, missing the shot like that against Zero in that kind of situation is definitely going to get killed. Now he is going for this revenge kill against this pro right now. He does take out the inkjet. Misses though. Unfortunately, that upward angle of that ramp makes it really hard to get splash damage in situations like that with inkjet, and that's going to allow Inu to really punish Zero in a situation that should have been a good situation for Hakai. And now we see Here Scrim kind of pushing back into the center of the map. They do have a bubble blower at the way. They have a splash down at the ready. They are starting to move up. They're starting to collect clams. I believe that they are really close to a power clam. They should be. I mean, they have a lot, but oh no! Everyone goes down at the same time except for Inu, and Inu's not really backing up. Hopefully he realizes that he's in a situation where he needs to get back. He has the bubble blower that can stop push right now. Gets taken out, and now Hakai is pushing up strong. They throw the power clam into the basket, get another spawn kill, and yeah, this might be a lot.
Well, I think the biggest problem is that, as I said again, they're not actually trying to make a push together.
Yeah,
they're trying to spread out, do their own things. If they would actually make more of a conscious attempt to actually work together, see where you are, see where everybody clams are, collect, and then make a push, then they have a better opportunity. But
ooh, Pico unfortunately gets a little bit greedy there, trying to get that splash damage on Zero, and gets taken out by the bomb that was left there. Zero gets another kill on Flayafish now, puts in another clam, and now the penalties are already gone. More points being taken off the board right now as Pico over here. So now, all right, Future's not in position to stop you guys, so you can jump down here, but you got to make sure that you get good map control after this, as the person that was behind wasn't helped up by Pico, unfortunately, gets taken out, and there is a splatter shot over there with Inkjet just ready to do something bad.
Yes, as I said, it's Zero's world. Literally Zero. They're not stopping him. They're not identifying where he is, and they're allowing him to basically wreak havoc around their basket.
Yeah, every single time we see Zero, it's like, oh, by the way, there's a 10 attack behind you. You know, like, you really
see what I mean? And they scored again. So maybe we have to look at the fact that of actually trying to paint up and locating where Zero is, and they might actually make a chance of actually getting out of their zone. And as I said, he went down.
You know, I think what's going on here is this map can be a map that's a little bit difficult to push out of your base because you have to go for that drop down. And Zero is the kind of player that's going to try to spawn kill in that kind of situation every single time. And Here Scrim just doesn't seem to have the real good like take back ability. Like we see kind of people go one at a time. There's this thing I say is don't get too close to the water. You know, like there's sharks in there. And if you kind of like walk up to the edge and just kind of like think that just because, oh, I'm in my base so I'm safe, you know, this is my base, you're going to end up feeding. And you saw Future getting spawn kills like that. You saw Zero getting spawn kills like that. And now we're in a situation where Here Scrim has to get a score of 32 with only a minute and a half left on the clock.
Well, it looks like they're trying to make a little bit more better push this time. Well,
3v2.
3v2. Hopefully, maybe Eno can get the.
Nice.
There we go, and it's a 3-down situation. So maybe they can actually push up, get these bubbles going, and we might see a score here.
All right, good. He's patient on the last bubble. Now he does get the score, but there's only one person alive. So unfortunately, other people behind were taken out. So that push didn't really kind of cover all the angles they needed to cover. They do get a point on the board, but again, going for these suicide pushes where you only get one clam, and they're good at the beginning of the game, but they're really not good after the beginning of the game. That's not what they went for. There were more clams and more power clams involved.
They're in a dangerous situation now because this could be a knockout push right here.
Yep, down to 29. It takes a power clam, 3 more clams. Then there's the power clam. Are 3 more clams going to come? No, it looks like that's not going to happen because it was a full wipe. Now there's going to be a pity clam involved here. They only have a 10-point penalty, so if they really quickly take the whole map, get these power clams and start pushing, they could be in a really good situation. Hakai is respawning right now. Filet of fish is is he going to leave a clam over there? That's kind of interesting, but the problem is
sneak.
Solo
queue sneak.
The problem is that, again, there's no one in position to actually turn this into a score, a game-winning push after this, and now you're just going to create a power clam for the enemy team. All they have to do is just wait, pick up that power clam, and just pressure you. With only 18 seconds left, you can't go for your own push. Unfortunately, just at here scrim, they haven't been able to stay alive.
They haven't been able to stay alive. They haven't been able to actually use their specials to actually work for them instead of trying to go for like suicide pushes. Well, this is looking like the knockout right here. This Pro got the
there we go. All right, cool. So that is going to be Clam Blitz to Hakai. So what really seemed like just a very strong start by them on that snapper game. It was still close on the Inkblot game. I mean, they had a couple pushes denied. Hakai was kind of in control, but Hakai had, again, 0 with the 20.
Yeah.
The 20,
as I said,
20 go
if
pop
you're going to
off.
allow 0 to be in his own world,
yeah,
you're gonna suffer.
And, the fact that there was a lot of trouble clearing out, like, sharkers and stuff from near your base, and a lot of, like, kind of, like, walking in by yourself and dying to him kind of stuff, that sort of problem, in my opinion, relates to the same kind of problems that result in you not getting the paint control and the coordination to like call out 0 and suffocate him and that kind of stuff. So hopefully that's something they can fix, because right now basically we had a situation where At Here Scrim did well in the first game, didn't do well in the games after that. Yeah. So is that basically like, oh, they did good in the first game and now Haikai's kind of used to him and it's going to go downhill from here? Like, what's going to happen?
I think it actually is 0 elevating to another level. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to keep talking about it, but I think it's 0 realizing that.
He just dropped a 20 bomb, so yeah.
Yeah. I think it's him realizing, like, hey, I might have to, like, put a little bit more effort out with my team. They can't stop me at this point. They're not identifying me.
Right.
So I'm going to go in, and at this point in time, let's see if they actually try to adjust to me. They're not adjusting, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Right.
And with 0, you know that if you don't put out a fire, it's just going to keep going.
Yeah. So. Fire's going to keep spreading. So, yeah, no, this is a point where it's a fresh slate for this set. All they need is 2 games. All they need to do is 2 games, and it goes to Rainmaker where they just win like normal. So basically, if you're At Here Scrim, you need to be realizing, okay, 0's going off.
Yes.
We need to deal with him directly by like calling him out and making sure that we double team and stuff like that. We don't go in one at a time versus him, but also deal with him indirectly by just having good teamwork and map control that makes it harder for them to do that stuff in the first place. And I mean, these are obviously they're experienced players, they're good players, so we expect them to be able to do stuff like that. But are they actually thinking that way right now, and will it end up working? Now we do have a junior, we have a machine.
Future on the squeezer.
Wow. Okay. Future. He was saying earlier that he thinks it's a good weapon. So, so this is still kind of a low paint comp. But this is a comp that's hard for Splattershot in particular to deal with. We have the junior that's going to have armor up all the time, and we have the other a bunch of roller, blaster, and machine are all weapons that Splattershot has difficulty with. So it depends though on like if map control can be established though, because if they can't get good map control, 0's just going to be flanking them all the time anyway. And what is this world doing?
Well, it looks like they went with the machine because they point sensors, and it looks like they're trying to actually
actually is nice.
Where it is.
That if they, we say that all the time that like point sensor weapons are really good for dealing with these like crazy sharking, hide and ink aggressive teams. And if the machine has kind of fallen out of favor lately in the meta, but if you can use it like that properly in this kind of situation, that could really play well into your hands.
Yeah, right now this is looking like a dominating position for Hakai at this point.
They got some jump ins going right now. The bubble blower is at the ready. Now, At Here Scrim does have members up right now. They do have the bomb rush. The bomb rush is going off future. Going to try to use his bubble blower soon. I'm assuming, yes, it does get used, but people from At Here Scrim being taken out. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
and they get back to zone.
Oh, out of ink. Yeah. Unfortunate right there. Wipe. So, all right. Well, goodbye At Here Scrim to get that dominating position. And I'm sorry from Hakai to get into that dominating position and get those kills. But right now, they're going to need to really establish some good control. They just had a member go down. It was a trade, actually, but there's still a Roller Shark in somewhere. Roller gets killed over to the right. Zero here tries to go for this kill. All right, they lose the lead, but he does get the kill at zone, so he should be able to at least stop the timer for now. But no, the slashing machine pushes him back. Zone gets taken by the enemy right now, and he does get taken out by eventual respawners right now as Inu is just assisted by his teammates. He's able to take the zone right now. They're able to get control, paint control, and once again, at here, Scrim DM is in a really good situation leading into this first game of the multi-set.
Yeah, so as I said, it looks like what they're doing is they're making a more of an effort actually to try to identify their aggro players and actually trying to stop like pushes as they come in and trying to actually not sandbag, but allow them to like come in and then force them back out.
If you get this kill, you're crazy. Oh, nice. Pico over there coming in clutch, showing up and directing that person after the armor was shred. But unfortunately, people are going to go down. It's a 3v3 situation right now. The Tenatech does have Inkjet, which is going to be a big deal if he does get taken out. He does get taken out by the Blaster. Once again, really hard matchup for Tenatech. This team comp right now putting Zero in a lot of trouble as at here Scrim once again gets control of the zone.
As I said, they're weathering the storm right now. So at Scrim right now is actually doing a really great job of actually just making sure to identify what points the flanker is coming from. As you can see right now, Zero trying to get back into the zone and actually make a push with his Inkjet.
Yeah, now he has to use the Inkjet right here. Now he could neutralize the zone right now. His teammates are going to do that for him as Future right here is Bubble Blower. 3v3 situation again. Now this time, the machine is the one that dies first. I don't think we've seen that happen yet in these kind of situations, so let's see if it ends up working out for Hakai. They are just kind of being patient right now, though. Future with the Squeezer is trying to preserve his Bubble Blower, but he's being pushed hard by this Roller. He's going to use the Bubble Blower to get up here in the zone, going to pop him, going to get control of the zone, and this is the first time in a while that Hakai has had clean control of the zone. So let's see how at here Scrim DM is able to deal with it. It looks like they're dealing with it.
Another 3-down situation. As I said, they're able to actually weather the storm this time. Instead of like falling apart and being pushed into their base, they're actually able to get up front and push them back.
Yeah, unfortunately,
so we're seeing another situation where Hakai actually has to try to get back in, get their specials, try to regroup, and let's see if they can actually get back in this time. It's looking like a dangerous situation at this point.
Yeah, Pro right here trying to charge armor, gets pushed back by a bunch of grenades, and that's another thing about this team comp right now. It has a lot of bombs and point sensors and a bomb rush, and basically Hakai has been faced with explosives going off near them all the time. Now Future does get control of the zone with his Bubble Blower almost immediately, but it's still a 3v2 situation right now. Future gets taken out. Zero's the last up. He's going to try to do something about it, but I honestly think he should wait for his teammates to show up so he can regroup. He's going to get pushed back by these longer range weapons and splash damage weapons. He's going to have to run all the way back. He's staying alive, though, so good on him to not die to that. He is going to go here after Pico. Will he get the kill on the Blaster? We can look at the top of the screen. No, Zero gets taken out by a good teamwork once again. All of these splash damage weapons doing... I mean, ironically, you know, we say machine isn't really good for it anymore, but that's what we've been seeing the machine play like the way the meta is right now. We have these splash damage weapons that just do things together and get these like super easy kills when you work together as a team.
And that's
another full wipe in the same manner, and that is going to be a knockout.
What'd I say?
Yeah,
what did I say? What did I say?
It went down exactly the way that you said it was, man. If they
every single time, it literally was they would push them back a little bit, but then they would be able to actually weather the storm and then get right back into the zone, no matter what.
And it was all teamwork that was leading to that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I mean, Eno only has 8 kills, but like he was involved in so many of those situations and doing the right thing. And like every single time it seemed that Zero tried to make a push, he would always go for one person. And then another person would kill him with splash damage.
Right next to it.
Every single time, yeah. And that's the kind of teamwork that was missing in that Piranha Pit game that was there in full force in this game, just an immediate, knockout and a return. Oh, it looks like we might have the name here wrong. Production that was actually At Here Scrim that run that first game. But yeah, so this is now again At Here Scrim wins the first game. We saw it be really close the first time. It wasn't that close this time. So what do you think is going to happen going into Mako Mart based on these team comps and everything?
I think we may see a switch with a double Inkjet comp. I don't think that's working for them as being a team push for them.
Right.
Normally it works for like those super aggressive teams, but you have to be actually able to use them. Like Zero's an amazing player. Obviously, it's going to work for him. But I think they need possibly another armor and possibly drop that foil squeezer, possibly.
Yeah,
maybe go for.
It's a little bit weird that they have him on foil squeezer, considering that he knows how to play heavy.
Yes,
and it worked for them last time he played heavy. Maybe he thought he could be more aggressive with it or something like that. I mean, the squeezer. Don't get me wrong, the squeezer. It's
not bad, but possibly on that map, there probably could have been
also
a
with
little
that
better.
Team comp, because it was like they were just. Yeah, he outranges a bunch of stuff with the squeezer, but he was mostly getting a little bit scrappier, and then
Heavy Deco might have been a better choice.
Heavy Deco would have been a choice, especially like aside from like the machine at the certain ranges, that wall would have been so good against a lot of those weapons. Just put up the wall, you can paint, you can throw your bubbles, no one can stop you. I mean, that's why that's Heavy Deco's thing.
As I said, they weren't pushing them back far enough. It was like they would push them back, they would get one down, but then the launching machine would stay up, have its bomb rush ready, or then like they wouldn't identify sword.
It almost seemed like they just played the exact same way that they played in that pit game.
Yes.
And instead of people feeding them, they actually would walk in, they would open the door and there'd be a firing squad watching the door kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to them, and they really didn't adjust. Let's see how it goes this time. Now, this is a little bit of a wacky map. Now, we see a little bit more of what we've seen from them earlier on the side of At Your Scrim. And then, again,
they made the change that I said.
Made the change that you said as well. Future gets taken here, unfortunately, at the beginning, as At Your Scrim is going to go ahead and get the zone. Now, this is a situation where I think that Zero is going to have a little bit of an easier time because it's easier to flank on this map.
Yes.
And that's the kind of thing that was getting him a lot of, a lot of the strengths of his plays were based off those flanks and stuff. So it's really going to come down to can At Here Scrim DM, watch the flanks.
So, I mean, right now we're looking at a situation where basically Hakai is trying to get around, they have a 3-down situation. So it looks like they're about to take control of the zone, and that's a full wipe. So it's looking like a little bit like Hakai made the adjustments needed to actually be able to compete with
the way At Here Scrim is adjusted to them. Yeah, definitely. Now, right now, we see some Stingrays going on right now. Pro's going to be pushed back a little bit. That Stingray not getting any kills right now, and other members of At Here Scrim are going down. So this is definitely going to be the lead for Hakai here. I would be very surprised if that's not going to be the case. And now it's going to be up to At Here Scrim to lose the lead, be patient, not have stuff like that happen, and gain the lead. And know that's almost another full wipe right now. Zero in position to spawn kill. This isn't what At Here Scrim needs.
Well, as I said, they made the adjustment to going over to the rain, actually realizing they needed another weapon that just was going to be able to support them for getting back in and being able to possibly be aggressive at the same time, which is happening. But at this point in time, At Here Scrim needs to at least group up, try to get a bubble going,
Yeah. Ooh, that bubble there. But oh, no. Zero is getting double teamed right now. Will he be able to get this kill? No, he does not. And At Here Scrim is going to be able to probably get the zone here. No, Pro gets a clutch kill. Inkjet going off right now, and that's going to get the zone, but there's only one member alive.
Pico saved it.
Nice job, Pico. That's very clutch. Now, the problem is that he's going to get bombs thrown at him as he lands.
Oh!
Ooh, nice direct. That's a big deal because now it's going to be
a
clean 3v3 situation here instead of them being a man down.
So that was a great play by Pico, as we said. So we're in a situation where they have the armor. Armor's going up. They're in a situation with actually being able to actually contest this.
Inu, unfortunately, goes over there to the left and doesn't receive any teammates to help him. They get taken up by multiple members of Hakai, and then these multiple members of Hakai are just like applying their numbers advantage until it's basically another full wipe right here. So unfortunate that At Here Scrim kind of didn't really coordinate that well and kind of got separated right there and just kind of I guess, a divide and conquer situation from Hakai ends up making a bunch of a difference here. Now the Stingray is going off again, but again, the Stingray keeps going off when teammates aren't actually fighting anything. So the Stingray doesn't do much. But those bubbles will do much, let me tell you. And that is going to be immediate control for At Here Scrim as Zero by himself is being double teamed by multiple people right here. And no, unfortunately, the teamwork ends up failing. Pico doesn't end up helping, and Pro comes along to make a stop to that. And it looks like Hakai might be able to get the zone here.
So we're looking at a situation where, as I said, still, wow. So now Future's trying to push up. At least they still have the bubble, so they're able to at least try to weather another push that's coming from At Here Scrim. So right now, At Here Scrim needs to at least try to get another armor, try to get a bubble as their forge goes down, and as 3 go down.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate right there.
And that's a full wipe.
Man, and thinking about it, this is kind of one of the weaknesses of Clash Blaster and zones, where like, in other modes, being able to stingray the objective can just, like, be good from right there. But in zones, it's like you keep having the situation where the Clash Blaster stingrays, and now a pro and a junior try to make hero plays. It's just...
As I said, it needs to be directed within your team. And pointing the stingray at least another teammate where another teammate's doing another team fight. so that the Stingray is actually useful.
Yeah, and the issue is that the person that wants to be in the team fights is the blaster.
Yes.
You know, and because like if you have like a junior and a pro, like those aren't the kind of weapons that get kills easily. Even if you have a Stingray doing some damage, they're going to have a lot of trouble, and that they would just get stuffed every time they tried to follow up the Stingray.
They probably should have stayed with the sloshing machine.
Yeah, the sloshing machine was doing a lot of work for them.
Probably
especially on a map like that, being able to have point sensors all over the place and that bomb rush, that would have been a lot better than definitely. That would have been so. The slashing machine would have been so much of a better pick.
I think the whole thing is at the same time, like as we watched again, Zero switched up the style. They actually did a little bit more of like a team play style.
There were a lot of situations where there were members of Hakai together. I think that they might have gotten thrown off by that just sudden
change.
That firing squad comp that At Here Scrim was using before. So let's see what happens going into game 3. I actually forget what game 3 was. It was
I didn't get to see it yet.
It is Camp Triggerfish. Gotcha.
We're going to see a Rapid. Maybe Future might be on it, but we're going to see a Rapid.
We're definitely going to see a Rapid. I could see Future on it. Inu has been playing a lot of the long-range weapons. I could see him using Rapid as well. This is a map where Machine is not what I'd recommend.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Inkjet's really good here, so I'm assuming that Zero is just going to keep going 10 attack.
Yes. I mean, what else does Zero actually ever play?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's good like Splatter Shot or something like that. Yeah, no, long-range weapons definitely do really well here. I could maybe expect to see something like a Jet, heavy Splatlings, Rapid Pro, maybe even a Charger. I mean, I know Zero likes to play Charger, but again, he's going to be playing 10 attack in this situation right now.
Not really sure what they. Wow.
Somebody blew their nose really freaking hard. I don't know if you guys can hear that one. Yeah.
Wow.
We need to definitely. We need animal control to get rid of this elephant. We have an elephant in Long Island, New York.
Well, this is all up to, as I said, the adjustment made by I don't know just based off of weapons. I don't know what the change is going to be.
Yeah, because I mean we haven't the last time that we saw a map where it's like they should probably go long range weapons here. They all went a bunch of close range weapons and one mid range, and that ended up working out for Hakai. But Camp Triggerfish, I don't think is the kind of map that you can do, especially not in zones.
No,
you know, zones you definitely have to have a plan for forcing the choke points and for holding the map and for being able to do stuff at a long range. Burst bombs, regular bombs. So, okay, so this is a close range comp. All right,
wow,
whatever.
Okay, everybody just said screw the meta.
Yeah.
We're going to go with what we want.
It's like, listen, guys, I know they're going to pick a bad comp too, so let's go this.
Let's go this.
All right, so this is now this is a little bit better of a situation. That the pro and the junior are still there, but they don't. They have aggressive teammates that are going to be doing aggressive things as opposed to the same kind of situation that happened last time. Right now, Inu right here is getting pushed by Zero. He'll have to get a lot of really nice shots and do something about it. And this is going to be basically full map control for Hakai right now. So let's see. This is the problem with this map, though. This close range comp. How are they going to be able to get back map control after this full wipe? They do have a bubble blower. They do have curling bombs, and they have like armor, but they don't really have like the pushing power for this street even. They can be a little bit patient here. Try to wait out the Inkjet. Unfortunately, it doesn't, so one of them are going to go down. There are some people on the wall here. Zero knows it's coming. Bubble Blower in street right now actually ends up taking out Zero, so this is a really good situation for At Here Scrim. But Lil Gons is still behind. I don't think they know about him. They might end up getting killed by him here as Sword splash down zone. They're going to stop the timer doing this, but they're not going to actually get full control or really get that many kills. They only got 1 kill on Zero, and I think Lil Gons died as well. One of them is respawned. As Zero does not get denied here. No team fire right now. And unfortunately, this is similar to what we saw in that other game where like that pro should just kept shooting. Zero would have died if the pro just held the trigger and let his roller teammate get the damage in. But no, this is going to be bad for Zero. No, he gets taken out by Filet-O-Fish. Bubble's going down, but it's a 1v3 situation right now. Sword really can't do much about this, and it's about to be a knockout.
It's looking like the game. I mean, they have nothing to get in. They have nothing to actually get to the other side or even compete with like the lack of range that they have. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's definitely really difficult for them because they just lost in the set. I know, they lost. But no, I mean, good stuff from them. They definitely had a lot of, especially those first 2 games, they were fighting really well. It's just that sometimes Splatoon 2, you really need a team comp to win on certain maps.
This came down to team comp because
it's super.
They figured out how to. I feel like that first Splat Zone match, they figured out how to actually combat Zero.
Yeah.
They realized like at team to team, we can actually fight them.
Yeah.
But we have to find out how we're going to weather Zero. That last one, they should have gone something to actually basically push him back.
Yeah,
they should have had a rapid.
There was
they
no
needed something.
map control. They're still doing the junior pro thing that basically lost them the first game. I mean, you know, in combination with the clash, I think lost in the first game because that was just a bad comp. But it was just so bad on this map. Like, I mean, and we know that Inu can go like blasters and stuff like that, so he could have gone something a little bit more long range, or at least like gone more, more Stingray, more Inkstorm kind of stuff going on. But unfortunately for them, they're going to get taken out. And that means that I am going to have to go fight our rematch versus Hakai. It was 3-1 we played in the first time. They were really scary though, and obviously they're coming up with a lot of confidence after playing this match right here.
Should be a good match.
Yeah,
man.
Should definitely be a good
luck.
match. So thanks a lot. And I think we're going to be stepping off, and
yes,
Melissa or Acid Sunshine and LSDJ are going to be commentating Grand Finals. So I'm going to walk away because I know that I got to get up to main station stuff. So
you're good. I'll hold it down until he
cool.
tells me.
All right. I'll see you guys soon.